It's time to get cup crazy here on Brooklyn Versus as we talk all things Stanley Cup playoffs. So like, comment, and subscribe to the Bridgeside Network, and let's get the debate going.
Go Bridgeside!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Brooklyn Versus. I'm Stephen James, being joined by Miss Puck Drop herself,
What's up,
Tara
guys?
Fitzgerald, and Rich Hahn.
What's up?
The undefeated member of the Brooklyn Versus Challenge team. Hopefully, we're not going to end that tonight.
I think I'll go 4-0.
Oh, no. But tonight, it's all about
Keep
getting
dreaming.
cup crazy. We're talking Stanley Cup playoffs and Stanley Cup moments. Yeah, Stanley Cup. The greatest, in my opinion, history of greatest playoff in the history of sports. Like, it's the best. It's better than the Super Bowl. It's better than the NFL playoffs.
I think it's something else. Like, pretty much every series goes to 7 games. Like, we were talking about underdogs before. I don't think there's really underdogs when playoff starts. Like, Bruins, Maple Leafs this coming week.
I was just saying, you know,
can't really call Maple Leafs underdogs in that matchup.
saying that was going to be, in my opinion, that's to me is going to be the only upset where a lot of people are leaning towards the Boston Bruins, and rather than such a close, as far as just the first round in the playoffs go, you know, you've got the Jets playing, and they're tight as far as that go, but the only underdog would be the Hurricanes. It's not going to happen.
That team is so electric.
That's
though.
this year's Stanley
that
Cup
is just-
playoffs, which is starting in just a couple
Wednesday.
of days. Yeah,
Wednesday.
Just a couple of days. But let's talk all time. So I'll start with you, Rich. What's been your favorite series? Now I'm talking, it could be the opening round, it could be a conference final, or the Cup itself. So what's some of your favorites?
My most recent memory is they didn't win the finals, but Devils beat the Rangers in conference finals 2012 to get to the Stanley Cup finals.
Why you gotta get personal?
It's not personal. It was just a great series.
Gotta get personal.
Rangers looked really good that year, and Lundqvist at his peak performing level, and we had
Easy, bud.
Brodeur on the way out.
You are outnumbered.
Brodeur was on his way out, and honestly, he played. I've never seen him play that well in the playoffs. Just like
I will give you that.
I don't think he had a shutout in the entire series, but like just so many key saves, like odd man rushes. I just remember seeing like just Rangers shooting, and Brodeur's all by himself just
And
making
that's wild,
saves.
too, because the Rangers, they don't shoot the puck, ever. That's the biggest frustration, well, among a lot of other things. They don't shoot, but Brodeur, I will give you, he was an absolute beauty when it came down to...
And if I remember
his style of
correctly,
play.
in the regular season, the last matchup before the playoffs when Devils Rangers played, they dropped gloves as soon as pucks dropped, and that was like, oh god, you're just preparing
That's
each other
just the
for
best.
preparing yourself for the playoffs. How much these teams hate each other. That was like the last time I felt like there was like heated rivalry in a hockey game.
One of my favorite ones is 2003, Anaheim, and actually your Devils.
Yeah.
John Sebastian Jaguar playing
my
out of his mind.
03.
Yeah, 03. There you
we
go.
go.
Yeah, I didn't go. I'm cheating. I'm looking right there. No. But Jaguar playing out of his mind for the entire. He actually won the Conn Smythe Trophy that year for playing out of his mind. I think.
And they lost, right?
And they lost, which is kind of unheard of
Right.
if you think about it. But going up against, and as much as I hate to say it, well-deserved accolades for Martin Brodeur. He's a fantastic goaltender.
Right.
Sure, a lot of people say the trap played into his career and where he ultimately went to, and how his numbers were boosted past Patrick Roy because of that. But you got to give him credit where credit's due. What are
Isn't
some
he
other
doing,
ones?
isn't he doing like some home insurance or mortgage commercials now? That's all he's doing now. It's just a couple of infomercials, maybe like
Last year he was working front
Rent a
office
car?
at the St. Louis Blues.
Oh, no, he's on TV.
He's on TV now.
He's on
a
TV
personality.
now,
He's
selling,
doing something.
selling pods
Oh, my
and
God.
stuff. But
So what series for you?
well,
Another big one.
I'm going to go right ahead and say this. The best, and there are plenty of people who agree with me, and it's not just because it's the Rangers. The best Stanley Cup playoff series was the 1994 New York Rangers versus the Vancouver Canucks. It's was, in every sense of the game, was one of the most epic playoff, it went to 7 games. So, of course, everybody knows that the Rangers hadn't won since 1940, and that's what the cheers, maybe not so much from the Devils, but the New York
years,
Islanders
for
for
years,
years.
yeah.
1940, coming after it. So the way that whole entire series panned out, and granted, I saw it as a 4-year-old. I didn't know what was going on, but of course, when they finally did win, I was crying because I didn't know what was going on. I was
So
very
why is
happy.
everyone yelling? I'm happy too.
But then you go back and you watch it, and that team, that 94 Rangers team was stacked.
Oh, yeah.
You've got Richter, Leach, Messier, Graves. It was stacked. And the way that it went down, it was they started at MSG. The first
Yep.
two games. So they
won the
lose.
President's Cup that year. They were the best team in hockey.
So but they started at MSG, and what was awesome about it is that everything seemed to fall into place. The first game, they lose. Second game, they come back and win it. Then they head out to Vancouver, and they very easily win third and fourth game. So then the Canucks come back and win the fifth, and everybody is like, okay, well, and then they win the sixth. And when they won the fifth game, the chances of it coming back to New York to win on home ice, that's where people started getting like, oh man,
It's gonna go to 7. Oh no.
No. They didn't want it to go. They thought that it was going to end at 6, and they didn't think they wanted it to
back
go
to
to
Vancouver,
7.
they're not winning that game.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
they
for sure.
wanted them to win at home. So the fact that it got pushed through, then back to New York, and that win, just the look on Messi, that is one of the most iconic scenes in the history of the Stanley Cup.
That's perfect, because now we're going to segue right into the favorite Cup moments. So, single moment, a snapshot in time. When you think Stanley Cup playoffs, what are the most important ones to you? Let's start with you.
I will go. I'm not a Caps fan, but being a huge hockey fan, watching Ovechkin win last year was, I don't care what team you root for. That wasn't just, the scene was right up there with when Messier lifted it. He has been with the Caps his entire NHL career.
Oh, yeah.
And he's done 10 playoff runs. 10 playoff runs with the Caps.
Heartbreaking ones, and it's not for him not being able to perform.
No.
Yeah.
He has put that team on his back. He has been the top performer on that team and the top performer in the league throughout his entire career. And him winning, the scene was enough to have even his biggest haters huge smile on his face. And they really battled that entire play. And it's one thing to be like the Lightning were this past season, just
Dominant,
just
everyone knows.
running the show. They had to battle, and you could see how much he, getting to that moment, he was no longer Ovi, the big scare. The guy was tearing up.
They
and
would
it
say
was,
that he was a choke artist, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Seeing
Such an unfair label to put
the
on.
celebration.
The guy is
in his
a
eyes.
league leader all across the
like,
board.
dude, you
Call him a
can't say
choke artist.
choke,
Yeah,
yeah.
say that. Go back to your computer screen.
What about you, Rich?
I have to agree. I
Okay.
mean, just watching Ovechkin win that Stanley Cup, it felt like a proud parent. You just watch hockey, and like year after year, you just see him exit the playoffs, disappointed, and it's the trophy. Like, it doesn't matter if you, winning Olympics, I'm sure is amazing, but I feel like every player dreams about winning the Stanley Cup, and you're that good, and to like have a career and not win one yet. And all those times, what Crosby, we were talking about him earlier, how
Yeah.
Crosby and
had it.
Ovechkin neck and neck throughout their whole career so far, and Crosby's got 3 or 4 now.
3 of them.
Three?
I think he only
Yeah.
has 3.
You get frustrated. You want these guys to get
Right.
the opportunity. So to see
And
that happen.
It was just a storybook
Fulfilling.
ending, like finally. And you know, it's great because it's like Crosby won, like, you know, when you're still younger and kicking it, but now like, you know, I'm not saying Ovechkin's not kicking it. He's scored over 50 goals this year, but just like he's
52.
grayed out, just like just raising that cup.
And plus the celebration during the
epic
summer was
celebration.
great.
Oh my
Epic.
gosh! Oh
He
my
took
gosh!
it everywhere,
Ovi,
he's
if you're
drinking
watching
and
this, hit me up. I want a party.
Yeah, it's like one player you want to
Ovechkin
party
style,
with.
I'm down.
If you want to stand a cup, Ovechkin.
Ovi.
Ovechkin.
Done.
So a couple of my moments is I'll go back to 93, 94, the Stanley Cup
So
team. You know, Stanley Cup playoffs. There's 2 of them, actually, as I fix this earpiece from coming out. We're breaking the fourth wall here, people. That's what I do.
We're there, man.
So the Stanley Cup finals, if you went all the way back to the All-Star game that year, Pavel Bure gets a breakaway on Mike Richter, same save on him, saves the game, in which he was one of the co-MVPs of that All-Star game. You fast forward to, I believe it was game 4. Same thing, penalty shot, same move used, saved by Richter, and the whole place is just the wind was sucked out of
Pavel
everybody.
Bure,
And then
one of the best
the Russian
finishers
Rocket.
in history.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Russian Rocket. But if you're going to do it, and that's what makes a Stanley Cup team, that's what makes a Stanley Cup championship team. You make a mistake once, that mistake is immediately identified, and you are not allowing that to happen
Not
again.
on a Mike Keenan coach team.
you can't
you
do
think
that
John
twice.
Tortorella was bad. Mike Keenan
Tort.
was let's just say he was a pretty mean guy. Another one is in the earlier series against your New Jersey Devils, Game 7, the wraparound in front, because the Devils, that was their coming out party. Remember, they had just got, I believe that was Berdore's rookie season or his second year.
94?
Yeah, 94. That was his rookie year, if I'm not mistaken.
Second year. I think he was drafted in 93.
But we had,
You guys also had, was Lemieux on that team?
he was on,
Claude?
yeah, Claude
Yeah,
Lemieux
Claude
was on
was-
that
yeah,
team. This
Claude
was before he
was
went to Detroit. But you had,
Claude.
they were on their way up. That was their coming out party. The Devils were like, all right, we're here. They pushed the Rangers to Game 7, the President's Cup trophy. They were the upstarts. And you had that wraparound goal and that call, Matteau, Matteau, Matteau. When I was a kid, I'm not much older than you guys, but I was
Did you just assume
in
my
that
age?
moment. Yeah, well, you told us you were 4 in 94, so I could do a little quick math. So P, if then Q, I don't know.
Carry
and
the Stanley Cup.
Carry it over here.
and those moments, like that's the great part, and one of the moments that stick out every year is when you see a guy lift it up and you have the physical representation of, like, the Lombardi Trophy is cool, but it's like, I'm holding it up like this.
Do you
only
guys
one
want to know?
Stanley Cup.
Do you guys want to know the fun fact?
Oh, fun fact.
I love fun facts.
Let's get
Ted
fun fact.
Lindsay. Ted Lindsay was the first to hoist the Stanley Cup and skate it around.
Nice.
Was that
Famous,
so-
yeah, Detroit Red Wing.
So he
Ted Lee-
started this
He
tradition.
started the tradition.
Yeah.
He was on that, they called the production line with Gordie Howe, and he was
Mr.
the
Hockey.
first
Yeah.
to lift the cup and skate it around, and they have been doing it ever since. And of course, he just recently passed away, and he was not only just a Red Wings legend and one of the 100 greatest hockey players of all time, he actually also was the driving factor to get the NHL Players Association,
Union, yeah, the
unionized.
union. Yeah,
So
for sure.
all around great guy, and then to put into place such an amazing tradition without even realizing it. And there's so much to be said too, just about the Stanley Cup in general. It's something that there's no other sport that has the fan base, that has the absolute passion behind it. And this is my opinion. Maybe in soccer, or I'm sorry, football.
Football,
but
yeah.
that's
No, I don't
in
wanna
the
get any
United
letters.
States, yeah. Here, there, and it's such a spectacle on its own. They don't need a halftime show. They don't need to bring in people. They don't need to hype it.
They
You're
do
there.
that for the All-Star game, bring in Fallout Boy
And
or
even
something.
still,
as
even
I think
still.
for fans
Take a
too.
nap.
We don't
Yeah.
want to see
Nobody
wait
cares.
30 minutes and watch some band performs. Like, no, we want to see the game.
People
where you're
watch the Super Bowl for the commercials and the
Right.
halftime show. People watch the
Stanley
Stanley Cup for the Stanley Cup, and
watch history happen.
exactly. And I love that about the sport in general.
Another great moment before we move on to our greatest performers, and don't forget we've got the challenge coming up where you guys will play my favorite game, NHL 95 for the Super Nintendo. Ray Bourque was a guy who played for the Boston Bruins for the majority of his career. Hard-nosed defender, a guy who bled Boston yellow and gold, or black and gold, I should say, sorry. And he was a guy that when he left, because he couldn't win a cup there, Boston was notorious. Before this recent run of Massachusetts success, all of those teams
Oh,
were
those duck
garbage.
boats need to just take a lap. Like somebody put the duck boats away. We're tired of them.
But in his 17th or 18th year, he finally won with Colorado Avalanche. I believe that was Patrick Waugh's last cup. But just seeing
that was
that
against
guy,
the Devils.
yeah, seeing that guy lift it up and have that moment for him was just so huge. Because in other sports, you got guys like Dan Marino, who never won the big one. You've got guys like
Laces
would have been-
out, Dan.
Think of Liz Einhorn. You would think that a guy like Ovechkin would have been that guy, but he wasn't. He finally won. Hockey's a little bit different like that. Ray Bourque was going to be that guy, but he had that moment. It was super cool to see that happen. But who?
That's why it's so difficult, too, going into greatest performance, because you can be an outstanding performer.
And it doesn't
You
matter.
can be, for example, Connor McDavid, he was the first round. He is absolutely. He's a league leader across the points and goals, and not actually goals, but assists. Yet the Oilers.
They had the 1 year where they made the playoffs. I believe it was his first year.
But it just goes to show it's not a one-guy sport. But then when you see somebody who sticks out so much and then they finally do get to come around and they are finally in a position where they have a team and a line that they play so well with, and you can't, you're not going to win with the best guy.
To your
finally,
point.
So finally to see Ovi, who had been the best guy for so long,
Just look at the Rangers. They've been building super teams for forever, and they haven't.
Super teams?
Yeah, they've got Rick Nash.
Super teams?
Rangers had a fabulous team the last decade and a half.
They have had pretty...
And they have nothing to show for it.
Exactly. No, I 100%.
You can't buy a championship.
You cannot. It just goes to show, too, how the coaching and the players can be great. You can have all of these picks, and everybody was jumping down my throat for cheering on. You've reached the end of a season, and you are put in a position where you kind of want to lose. You want to tank to get these picks, but
it's what
once you hit a certain point, you do want to see these guys win, because unlike football or basketball, if you're getting this draft pick or you're getting this best player, you may very well not see that guy on the ice for a couple years.
Yes. Might be underdeveloped, smaller guy.
I would say if you're the number one pick, I feel like in NHL compared to other sports, you have a higher chance of starting in the league right away.
Yeah, so this year, the draft is way later. Yeah, those two, Hughes,
couple
they'll be
years.
In.
Yeah,
they will be for sure in.
And then was it Tavares was number one pick, Stamkos was the number one pick, Matthews, all these guys, they won Rookie of the Year that year.
Speaking of the Islanders, Tavares having, been drafted by there, let's talk about my pick for the greatest Stanley Cup performer ever, Mike Bossy. That dude is a monster. I didn't get the chance to really watch him because I was practically a fetus when they went through, but just I'm a Ranger fan, but I'm a sport first fan, so hockey comes before the Rangers. So if the Rangers didn't exist, I'd still be a hockey fan. I'd probably be like a Jets fan or something like that. But Mike Bossy, a guy like that who just kills, a guy like your guy, Martin Brodeur, insane. Like these are the guys who perform and become legends. Who are some of your legends in the Stanley Cup playoffs? Because to your point, it's more of a team game. When Gretzky left the Edmonton Oilers and made that cup against Patrick Roy and the Canadiens in 92-93, he still couldn't get over the hump. He couldn't win without Messier. He couldn't win. They lost that cup. So who are some of your greatest performers in Cup history? Or you know what? Well, let's go with greatest teams. Yeah. Let's go with greatest teams.
In Cup history.
Cup history.
Well, Martin Brodeur, I think, is one of the best players to play.
You better put some French on that, some French Canadian. Martin. Give a little
Martin Brodeur.
Put a little spice on that.
Some camembert cheese, something.
Shaddy laughing.
The guy is a Hall of Famer. I mean, what can I say? So, like, you guys had Richter, but this guy,
we have
Brodeur is another level. He's with Patrick Roy.
And a lot of people consider him the greatest of all time.
Yeah, it's Patrick Roy, Brodeur,
and Kyle in the booth, part of the Bridgeside crew, brought up an excellent point earlier. Was Hasek in '99 was another guy who, while he was the dominator in the playoffs, but he wasn't a guy who really won a lot of cups like people thought he would. He won Hart trophies, which was for goaltenders kind of unheard of. Yeah. And so he was another guy.
But he was also another. You're not going to see. I feel like in history we'll never see a player like Hasek ever again. It's just like something else,
The thing about Hasek,
there's a little something different about their style of play that makes them stand out.
You're going to see another Crosby. Sorry, McDavid is a better version of Crosby. He's younger, faster.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
I totally disagree.
I see what your point is, but Hasek's point is he was a guy who played outside. He had the worst positioning of any goaltender in the history of the world.
To watch a goalie like that, too, gives you so much anxiety. I'm sitting there bugging out watching goalies like that.
As a kid, I was just so excited. I'm like, this guy's freaking amazing.
He's a wall.
Then now you're old and you look at like other players, you're like, this guy's not a guy. Like, how do you pick this kid?
Brodeur learned a few tricks when he would do that scorpion save or when the leg comes up. He learned it from him.
Just to make it, just to put on a show. But as far as teams go, it's all what's awesome about hockey is the game has not changed that much. You look at the NBA, 90s, early 90s.
It's a completely different game.
It was a actual skills game. There was playing defense. Whereas now, jump down my throat, at me, the glove drop. You can at me all day if you are upset about this.
Do it.
It's not the same game. You can go and watch it's an all-star game. It's run down, score, run down, score. Hockey hasn't changed very much in that sense. And
well, I'll disagree because the game has opened up a little bit. It's become faster, the more European influence, the elimination of the two-line pass. But in the Stanley Cup playoffs, it kind of just...
They send it back. They
bring it back.
The linesmen and the officials, they wrap it in a bit too. Yeah. Just what's called and what isn't called. But as far as, I think it's more of a generational type of thing. Some people will sit there and, like I said before, that production line. You got Gordie Howe. That whole, you can look at them and say, these guys were incredible. These guys were the greatest. This was one of the greatest or the greatest team. Somebody could say the same thing about Bobby Orr and the Bruins.
Yeah.
He was nothing like him before them. And then he comes in. But in my generation, just watching through, you can't discount the Pens. They have always put up, since Crosby, not even since Crosby got there, but they have always managed to be pretty consistent in their play. There's not really been too much deviation from them always being a contender. And I've always thought that they were a great team.
So let's get the final word before we move on to our challenge. With the Stanley Cup going on right now, if you had to pick one of your team to win it all, your team to win it all right now. Stanley Cup.
Oh, for
all time.
Right now?
No,
all
all-time teams. If you're matching up all-time teams.
Matching up all-time teams?
Real quick. Come on the spot.
2000 Devils.
2000 Devils, okay.
I'll take
94 Rangers, are you kidding me?
There we go. All right, so I'm agreeing with you.
I would actually see this. I want to see this match just because the talent we had on the Devils.
Well, you know what we can do?
Unreal.
We can play it out right here on NHL 95.
You are going down.
So Tara has the advantage of being the 93-94 New York Rangers. And
I also have the disadvantage because I've never played this game in my life. I was an N64 shell.
I think if you press the button, it does things.
Done.
That's what I've heard. I may be old school, but...
It's all right. I got a couple tricks up my sleeves.
Up the sleeve. And remember, it takes a little while. If you guys are old heads, that's the equivalent of a loading screen there.
How do I go?
You move.
I'm trying to figure it out.
So the arrow is you guys. So you're that blue arrow up there. So you're
I'm not even a guy? See, I'm thinking...
I thought I was the blue
Well, you have to
arrow.
go down. Now you're you. I believe you're Steve Larmer right now. See, so this is the
Where's
93.
Messi? Where's Messi?
All right, that's shoot.
You're shooting way high, bud.
There's a button to change.
Figure
Change
out
off the goalie. Change off Richter.
This is embarrassing.
This may be a nightmare, folks. So yeah, you got yeah, manual goal. He's never good.
I got to get back in the net. What am I doing? Get back in there.
Well, it's a face-off. Because remember, back then you couldn't.
Oh, perfect. I'm number
frozen.
11. Just keep me on him.
So
I'm this guy, right? Huh?
yeah, you're whoever the star is. So you're going up.
This is just
So
bananas.
hold up.
Up,
There you
taking
go.
it up the line. Whip around.
And
up,
you got
and I
checked.
got
Wow,
checked.
what a gentleman. Just checking her. Not even trying.
At least buy me dinner first. Jeez
Right?
Louise. Icing.
Chipotle or like what?
In high
Can you just
school,
tell me how to shoot?
A?
A?
Yeah.
A.
Hey. I believe that's the speed too, right? When you
I don't
don't have the
know.
puck.
And how do I change guys?
I'm trying to figure that out too.
Oh,
Oh,
B.
there you go.
Oh.
So Alexander Karpatsev. So this is the 93-94 roster.
Oh shit.
This was the year after we won. So I
Stuffed.
put so many hours into this game.
Stuffed.
You gotta get rid of the puck.
Oh.
Richter's
back.
going dancing.
oh!
Oh!
It said face off. The play was dead. There you go.
dead.
Steve Larmer.
Oh, the puck's over there, isn't it? You know.
Now you gotta
Stopped
pass
it.
it. Pass it. There you go.
All right,
Now go
take it up. Take it up. Take it up.
Adam Graves.
Graves,
Shoot it.
another ledge. I don't know how to shoot. You
Oh,
never
I
told me.
think he just got concussed actually.
Put a little Claude Lemieux face.
Oh, that's another series that didn't get talked about. I believe that was 98. Was the it was either 98 or 97? The Avs and Detroit, the big fight in the playoffs.
He had to have his face rearranged. He had to have full facial reconstructive surgery.
I mean, to be fair, it
And-
wasn't a great face to begin with.
Hey, man,
Where's the puck?
I'd say the same.
There you go.
But the thing about that too is it's a shame how Messi. Come on, man. You're supposed to be a moose. Right now you're just being like a goose.
That sounds like a terrible sitcom, The Moose and Goose.
Get up there. It's probably better than Frasier.
Oh shit.
It's probably better than... What do you have against Frasier?
So what I was saying was, no.
Save made by Richter.
Save me.
This may go
That's
into...
something you hear a lot.
This may
So how
go
do I
into
shoot
a
again?
lot of overtime. A.
A
A.
and B to change. And how do I pass?
B. Oh.
Oh, not into the
Stopped
goal.
it again. I am like Alexander
On fire.
Georgiev right now.
Oh, out for the game?
Oh, you
Adam
injured Graves. What
Out
is
for the
wrong with
period.
you?
Adam Graves, of course, being on those great Edmonton lines before coming over to the Rangers. That was the joke about...
That's coaching right there. Your team, you got McDavid and like 3 first-round overall picks. Like,
You know what? I absolutely agree with you with
can't
that.
make the playoffs. Sorry, like.
It's not even so much coaching either. I feel like if it's been like that for quite a while, then it's more also too. It's a
Something's
trickle
wrong.
down. I am such a good goalie. Somebody
sign her. Sign her.
Yeah, honestly, Devils could probably use a
You
good
could
goalie.
absolutely, yeah. Well, you guys traded. Keith Kincaid.
Yeah, which was a stupid trade.
Starting goalie. You guys just
I
got
think
rid
they
of
were
him.
just trying to get assets.
Actually, this year Kincaid had the lowest like metrics out of any starting goalies. Which
Yeah,
I
that's true.
Which I thought was surprising because he looked better than he actually.
Can you just
Has there been a shot on goal?
There's been 3, and I stopped all 3 of them. So
3 for 3. Your save percentage is through the roof.
It is through the roof. I am like.
You can't let Rich Hahn win. He's undefeated
I'm
in these
Vasilevsky.
challenges.
Pass it. Get.
Too late. The ref said it was too late. You got to get rid of it sooner. The ref is like, nah,
The
B.
ref needs to just relax a second.
And I'll-
Do you guys remember that game where Patrick Waugh was frustrated? It was against the Rangers, and he took the puck. He started puck handling to center ice and was deking around guys. He like spun around Gretzky. Like the ref obviously gave the team a penalty for it. But yeah, he was frustrated with so he just took it. He just started stick handling. And everyone was laughing. Oh my God, what a great moment that
Shooting
was.
it up. Oh, come on.
There
You
you
can't
go.
just watch the play. You got to follow up. All right,
There you
Messi,
go.
let's go.
Oh, damn,
no.
hard hitting. Steve
You
Larmer
knocked another
out for
guy
the
out?
Period.
You know, we're the
You're a
bruisers.
degenerate.
You're a degenerate. Still in the
Hey,
first
this is
period,
90s
no
hockey
score.
right here. This is very
That's true,
realistic. What's that? Icing.
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 Is there
Yeah,
two-line
remember you had
passing
to
in
touch
this game?
you had to touch the puck at that point. Well, is there two-line
yeah.
pass?
He's having a really
No.
hard time touching the puck.
Yeah, got a hard time touching. Well, never mind.
It's a biscuit.
There you go. There you go, Messi.
Put the biscuit
go,
in the
Messier.
basket.
Just going to take it out.
Puts the lotion on the skin.
Dick, dick, dick. He's doing too
Oh,
much.
Stevens, let's go.
Period over.
All right.
First
Now I'm getting the
period.
hang of it. So while
believe
we're
you
in the
swapped.
first intermission, B is pass,
Pass, A is
and
shoot.
change. Yeah,
Yeah.
A is shoot. What else
And
do
if
I
you
need to
don't
know?
have the puck, I believe
I think-
that's check as well.
B is a poke check. No?
Is poke check?
Forecheck, back check, paycheck.
Oh yeah. You gotta hit start when you guys are
I think
ready.
forecheck is manual on this.
Manual forecheck.
Manual forecheck. Up, you gotta hit instant replay. So you're gonna hit
I
start.
don't need to see any instant replays. I know what happened.
You're gonna hit
We're not in Toronto.
oh yeah.
Ah, bice.
Nice. This is the best about NHL games. You switch sides.
Switch
like
sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the recent games, you have to actually change that so it switches, which really annoys me. See, Steve Larmer's back. You got your guys back. Graves
Thanks.
is back.
Ooh, nice steal.
Intercepted it. There you go.
Oh,
That might be icing, though, if they touch.
No.
Remember, no automatic icing. This is the Stone Age.
I'm literally just hitting. Come on, Messi, turn around.
Shoot it.
Save. That's 4.
I think it's a lot more
Man,
than 4.
oh man. Get there.
There you go.
Get there. Get there.
There you go.
Get there. Guys, you got to move up faster than that. A bunch of stay-at-home defensemen. Come on.
If you press the shoot button when you don't have the puck, you'll stride, like speed. When you don't have the puck.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Yeah.
See, I'm just learning.
And that's how you check.
Like a Johnny Gaudreau. Man down.
Well, for a
actually-
tiny, like,
Actually,
I have
what's
a
his
lot
name?
of respect for that guy because for
Gaudreau?
a tiny guy, he
Oh, talk
Guys,
about
wheels.
a team that should
well,
not be in the
even just-
playoffs.
Not even just that. The guy, he just goes like. He doesn't need protection like Crosby, and he
true.
goes after the biggest guy in the room.
And
So
he's
I
the
respect
littlest
it.
guy.
Yeah.
Speaking of people I have respect for,
Thank you. You don't need to mention me.
oh, well, I mean, son
Oh.
of a beast.
No.
That was beautiful.
John McClane.
John McClane with the assist.
Probably the only time he's ever done that. Anybody see Matt Martin try and fight Chara? Because that,
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
first of all,
The devil.
the Devils.
Boo. I thought the voice of God would be on our side, but he's cheering for a devil? That makes no religious sense.
let's go. Yep.
That's what I'm talking
We
about.
both suck. Come on, come on.
Devils.
Oh, man.
I think we're finally getting the hang of it, except
Yeah.
mind you guys
There you
just
go, there you go, shoot.
hey, boom. Follow up.
Shot,
Oh.
save, rebound, score. That's what we're looking
That's
for.
what, hey, the Rangers don't shoot, and they don't
No,
put
they
pressure
don't.
on the net.
Oh, wait, you don't have a power play.
I don't
That's
have a
been
power
the
play.
that's been the thing for years. Don't have a power play. All right, there we go.
All right, where is it? How come?
So, all right, let's talk while we're doing this. Favorite hockey jerseys, like all-time favorite hockey jerseys.
Oh.
I've got a Campbell Conference Messier
All-time
jersey.
fan. I got a Kovalev. That's pretty sweet.
Which one? Home white or
Home-
Liberty?
home
Or-
white.
Nice.
I've got a Liberty. It's got nothing on it though.
You know, I'm a fan of the Miracle jerseys.
Oh, okay. The 80s
gosh.
Olympic
Those are
team?
so
Yeah.
nice,
Yeah.
red, white, and blue.
I'm with you on that one.
That's the only red, white, and blue hockey jersey I'll wear.
Making mistakes.
Yeah.
Oh, the Devils. I actually got an Albany River Rats
I see.
minor league hockey jersey, which Albany River Rats are like the Devils farm team. And I will wear that instead. I want to own one for every team. I have 17 teams right now. And
I see.
Wow, you and I are on the same
refuse-
page. If you have any
Yeah.
that are too small, throw them my way. If anybody wants to send any small jerseys, throw them my way.
And I'm just missing, I will not get the Devils. Like, someone's going to have to buy that one for me.
What do you think are the ugliest
Ugliest ones ever or currently?
current?
Currently, oof. I
Icing.
really
You
don't
can't
like the
stop icing.
Coyotes one.
Yeah.
There's
really
something
don't
about
like
the
it.
Coyotes, man.
I like the throwback Coyotes, if you're talking about the black ones.
Oh, you're talking about the Aztec-looking coyote
Yeah,
on the
that's
front?
not bad.
The Keith Tuchuk era ones. Yeah, I like. See, here's the thing. Hockey is one of those sports where the uglier the jersey, the better it might be.
well,
Like the
Flyers
Minnesota
had-
North Stars.
I love the North
I was at an
Stars.
ugly jersey.
It's to non-hockey fans, that is
Really?
putrescence.
Well, if you're a non-hockey fan, you're not my friend.
yeah,
That's true.
your
That's true.
So
opinion
you're no
doesn't
friend
matter.
of mine. You're gonna sit here and tell me
you're
about
a non-hockey
how
fan.
ugly.
You can't talk about
All
hockey
right.
jerseys.
Yeah, shh.
Wow, this definitely looks like a Devils game.
Defense.
Yeah,
Defense.
I am just
Look,
dust.
remember what we talked about? Just punch them.
Dust. Dusty. I gotta tie it though. I gotta tie it
Gotta
up.
tie it up. Oh, there you go. Gotta get in the zone.
I keep hitting
AutoZone.
A.
We're
Yeah.
not sponsored by them, but if they want to, be
Out of
sponsored-
zone.
Yeah, we're just like slinging. You guys just
Pep
won't
Boys.
stop.
But yeah, some of my favorite all-time like I have a Bobby Orr.
I don't think there's
Oh, I
offside
want a
jersey.
Bobby Orr. I want
Do
one.
it. Let's get one.
A flying.
Oh! Couldn't handle it. Stephane Richer.
Stefan Richer. Oh my gosh.
Scott Stevens and Scott Needham are
I mean,
two of the greatest
I can't believe
defenders ever.
I can't believe this team existed.
Oh yeah. Well, they were built to last,
Right. Exactly.
and it was proven with the cups that they had and the success that they had during that year.
Why am I not moving?
I don't know. Now's your
Okay.
chance.
I'm not moving.
Now's
My
your
controller's.
chance. Now's your chance. Go after him. Hit him.
I don't know how.
With the
Where's
A
the puck? Don't I have the puck? Wait, quick. I unplugged him quick. Wait.
Oh no, you're my
Go, come on.
I was like,
I'm
this-
the coach. Get
Where'd you wait? Where'd you unplug mine?
Oh,
From the front, bud. Gotta keep your eyes on.
Where is it? Oh my god.
Dirty play for a dirty team.
Where does this go?
Goes
no,
on.
no. Don't tell him where it goes.
Bend over and I'll show you. It was a slick move, though. I got silky little hands just sneaking in there.
Yeah, I didn't even see. I was so
I know. You were
so
so.
busy winning.
Nice save. All right.
All right, 2 periods.
Period
down.
over.
Periods down.
Okay.
Oh.
Can you tell me one more time what I'm doing?
Okay.
B is to change
Pass.
pass. A is to shoot.
A is to shoot. These don't really matter. This is like dump the puck.
I never win at
You don't
hockey
wanna dump
games
the puck.
because we.
I'll beat you in real hockey.
So here's like.
Yeah, you probably could. Honestly,
I'm trash.
I'm gonna give you guys a pro tip.
No.
The easiest way to score is to go straight at the goalie, and right before you hit him,
you turn and a shoot.
you move right and shoot.
I know. There's like every
All
hockey game
games
has
have
like a
one.
little niche like
Just gotta
that.
press start.
I had to pull my leg up so I can get into.
why I-
Oh, that's your
Fighting
gaming
position.
Gaming.
Oh, fighting position. So when you guys play hockey, you gotta press start. There we go.
Poorly. I play poorly. So poor.
Well, what position do you guys like to play?
Left.
I'm a forward.
I'm a left winger.
Nice.
I'll play any position.
All righties
except for
here?
D.
I'm a lefty.
Yeah, you'll play any position.
Oh, Joe
I'm
plugged me
lefty.
again.
No, I didn't. You just didn't put it in.
You have problems putting it in? Oh, all right. Go
Gotta
up to him
blow
and hit
on.
A.
Go up to him and hit A.
Oh wait, am I going down? Yeah.
I tried.
All right. No, I'm figuring it out. All right. Get in there.
That's icing. If he touches, yep. So B's to pass. Like, the thing about these old games is they're very floaty. So you have to, don't pass to where he is, pass to where you think he's going to be.
You gotta play like Gretzky.
Yeah, that's a perfect description of Gretzky. That's why he was a terrible coach and couldn't do. You can't teach. Some guys can't teach what they do because they're too busy doing it. There you go. Oh,
Shooting at nothing.
shot wide.
You know what's awesome about Gretz is that he and his, well, other than everything, he and his brother hold the record for goals scored by brothers. And his brother scored, I think, 3 pass.
Yeah.
Yep.
He has the.
No one's breaking that record.
No.
The record for the most touchdowns in a single World Series game too. I don't know how he did it, but he
I am a
did.
great goalie. I will give myself that.
No, it's Mike Richter.
I mean, me.
Oh, there you go. Like, I'm taking all the credit. Oh, there it is.
You said go right and shoot, and that's what I did. You're a terrible coach.
You were just a little late.
You're like Bobby Trotz. No, I'm just kidding. He's a great coach.
Barry Trotz.
Biggest difference
Barry
maker.
Trotz, Bobby Orb.
Reason why Islanders in the playoffs.
True. And also that fourth line. Oh, that fourth line. Best fourth line, and they start that line too.
They're
Not to mention getting rid of Garth
That's the
Snow.
one thing I want to
Yeah.
mention in the playoffs.
Also-
You never play scrubs.
Icing.
You never play scrubs in any other sports, and you can't really call them scrubs because they're like your blue liners, like hard hitting guys. But teams will put a fourth liner against your first liner because they hit better and they're more physical, or and they can win games like
I
that.
need to get NHL
But
on my.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
oh,
Score. Stevie Larmer. We're in the ball game, folks.
Oh, look at that silly. No, that's not how it goes. Oh, in your jersey.
Devils suck.
This guy skis in his jeans.
Oh,
Nice
I'm so glad.
save.
I really thought he was going to score on that shot. 'Cause that's the
All
way.
right, take it up.
you wind up.
That's the way it happens. Oh. He's giving a push here.
Yeah, just keep the pressure on.
My third period kind of person, you know?
Yeah.
Gotta get punched deep. Gotta get punched deep.
Get it.
Oh, God.
Why am I not getting it? Boom!
There we go. Bouncing off the skate. I'm really surprised there's been no fights either.
I don't know how to
Yeah.
fight, but I'll fight.
It's random. Oh, no. Is that Messier? Oh, Brian Leach out for the rest of
You know,
the
you're
game.
just disrespecting that whole roster.
Wow. Heavy hitters.
And I
out
know, I'm
tonight.
sure Leach watches this.
He does.
And I'm sure he's upset.
He's sending us letters. See what I said?
Yep.
This is some
That's the way
BS.
to
It's just
Cliche again. Yep.
All right, how much time is left?
4 minutes and 5 seconds.
All right, this one. I gotta pull my sleeves up.
Pulling the sleeves up. See, she wasn't serious until just then. Now,
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna be 4-0 after tonight.
You know what?
I don't want to talk about
I
it.
don't play a lot of games.
Well, when we first played, we played Ken Griffey baseball.
Oh my God.
We practiced beforehand, and I demolished him.
Follow up.
Oh, there you go. Oh.
Toronto! I knocked your guy down.
Oh, there you go.
Come on, Messi!
Oh,
That's called putting pressure on the goalie, though.
Oh, that was pretty.
That was trash. You're just
This-
doing the exact same thing over and over again. So
No, that was
my team.
that was a beautiful backhanded shot by.
I would like to protest this potential victory by
This
Rich
is,
Hahn.
I've never played this before in my life. So how's
Well, I
that?
just want him to lose. No, but I beat him in practice like 15-3.
It was brutal. It was a
And then he
beating.
won by 1 run against me, and I was like, oh.
That's the type of player I am. I show up for the games, and it's.
You can
play
call me
hockey.
Mr. Peach.
All right, so
Come on.
in
Dump it.
hockey history, who do you guys think is the most clutch guy? Like for me, it's Messier, 100%, or Steve Larmer. Those are two guys who are like captain clutches.
I'm gonna go Phil Kessel.
I hate.
Phil Kessel.
Modern day Phil Kessel. At most clutch player, active
There you go.
player, Phil
There you go.
Kessel. Give that.
Great stop.
Feed that man the puck, and he'll score goal for you. Up. God damn it.
Okay, dude, let me see if I can just get back. I have 1 minute.
Yeah.
It's a power play.
Something wrong. There's something wrong with his controller.
You.
Hit him.
I I'm trying.
All right, up. Hey, there you go.
I'm trying to
There
get
you
it in
go,
the
there you go.
hole.
There you go.
Oh, come on. Follow up on your shorts, boys.
Is this like a USB?
This is like a USB. Wow.
I just wanted to win, but you know what? We both
I'm
suck.
only 5 years older than you. How do you not know how a controller gets plugged in?
Well, I did the flippy, up, I thought it was
I'm gonna
upright.
demand a rematch. So I think what we need to do is we need to have a not on this, but we will have a rematch after the. This is what it's going to be.
After the lottery?
You're gonna make your Stanley Cup bracket.
Oh shit!
Oh no.
That's the rematch. You want to go?
Another
You want to
head-
lose?
another
I'm
head-
down.
We'll see. We'll see if we.
You want to lose? No, it doesn't even matter. We're gonna put.
I haven't done this
This
since
is
like
between
high
you
school.
and me. I'm putting this up all over my stuff.
All of my high school buddies, we played hockey together and do this every year.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us on Bridgeside Live tonight. Brooklyn versus Stanley Cup edition. It's been great. The playoffs are coming, and don't forget
Keep
to
this in
tune
my
in
pocket.
tomorrow night on Bridgeside Live for backup. So thank you, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Bridgeside Network.
Good game.
We'll see you next week.
Good game.
Good game.
Good game. How dare you? Look, almost had superior coaching.